Hi there everyone, I'm TheGuyWithNoGamertag, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different compared to my normal videos and actually talk about this channel, and mostly to frame a question, which is, what do we want from this channel? Now this video is mostly inspired by comments actually from a regular subscriber of mine, Doc, because them amongst other people have been saying that they're surprised that this channel isn't more successful than it currently is. Had also suggested maybe marketing the channel a little bit more. And I wanted to kind of discuss that and go through some of the history of this channel, why I started it, what my intentions are, what my ambitions are, and also explain my thought process on making videos, the frequency, and also the algorithm itself that YouTube uses to try and frame my thoughts on it currently, but also then to give you, my subscribers and viewers, the opportunity to actually critique, perhaps even make suggestions on what you think could maybe benefit this channel. And when I initially responded to this, I gave my honest thoughts, which was that I don't really go out of my way to make the YouTube algorithm actually favour my videos. I make the videos that I like when I like, and I just don't want to compromise on the quality of the videos because otherwise I won't enjoy making them. Now, over the last week or so, I've thought about it a little bit more and realised that perhaps the reason why some people are commenting like this and saying that they really think this channel should explode and it should be more successful is the feeling that when you've got an interest and you don't really know how to talk to anyone about it, or you're not sure who you can talk to, who else is interested, it's kind of difficult. That's part of the reason I actually started this channel, was because I wanted to be able to talk to people about the games I play and enjoy. Being the youngest in my family, I was always the person gaming, so I never really had a point of contact. Even my friends at school weren't really into it as much as I was, so I couldn't really talk to people and discuss the really in-depth aspects of it that I really enjoy, specifically like music and how that creates a world and stuff like that. That was why I created this channel, was because it gave me a method to actually discuss this with other people and put my thoughts out there so other people can maybe engage with it, maybe they can relate to what I'm saying, or perhaps they've got something completely different that they like, whilst also allowing me to be creative whilst doing it. And that was what I quite enjoyed. And I realised that perhaps it's a little unfair to say that this channel won't be successful because I don't do anything to make it successful and I don't particularly want to, because that's also perhaps denying other people the chance to have that interest about my own videos. So that was why I wanted to ask this question, which is, what do we want from this channel? But to start it all out, the reason that this channel started in the first place, in fact, the reason I started YouTube in the first place originally, was shamefully that I was a young teenager, saw people making money off YouTube and wanted to do that. I thought I could upload a few Modern Warfare 2 tip videos a year after the game was the main entry in the franchise, and that I would be rolling in the YouTube money. That didn't turn out, and then after a year and a half, I closed down that channel. I didn't want to use it anymore. I wanted to start afresh, and I made this one with the intention of just doing it because I enjoyed making the videos. And I started out as an arrogant teenager. I am now an arrogant 22-year-old, so not much has changed there, but unfortunately I'm a lot more happy with the video quality I have now. And I continue to do it mostly just for the enjoyment of making the videos. I've had various bits of input as I've been going through this. The editing styles I've used have been changing gradually. And now I've sort of settled on what I consider somewhat of a hybrid between some of the content creators I've really enjoyed. Some of the content creators that have inspired me the most would be people like Frankie on PC, Soviet Womble, got Big Mooney when he was doing Battlefield, and a lot of other creators as well. And I like some of the aspects of them. And I'm at a point now in my YouTube career, if you could call it that, but it's really just a hobby, where I'm happy with the videos I make because they're videos that I would want to watch, and I don't feel that anyone else quite delivers what I want from videos. I kind of like adding a bit of narrative and some cinematography to it and just trying to make it, maybe some people would see it as over dramatic, but I just like to try and make people feel what I was feeling in game, because that's what I really enjoy about gaming and also movies, is the way the music and the visuals make you feel as you're observing it or being a part of it. And that's what I really like, and that's what I try and make and get into my videos, because I just love that. I like how when I'm playing in a game and I'm trying to clutch it out, how tense it feels, and I try and reflect that in the videos. And perhaps also with like the Siege highlights, I try and add a bit of narrative to it, because when I first was doing it, the game didn't really have much narrative, so I was trying to create like a side story with it. It didn't really quite go as where I was hoping to, and I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily continue that, but it was definitely fun to try and add some like little side story instead of just making it a gameplay highlights video. It's that little bit of creativity that I like. I'm not claiming that I'm a hugely creative person. I would consider myself more recreative than innovative, because I don't necessarily create something new. I reuse other people's creativity to try and turn it into something else. I'm more of an adaptive person, because I quite struggle to go through the entire process of creating something from scratch. I find that quite daunting, and I'm usually never quite sure where to go with it. And I also enjoy the editing challenges of trying to make that happen. Trying to make footage flow and also make it match the music can be quite tricky. But when I get it to a stage where I'm happy with it, it is really rewarding. But obviously doing these sort of things, trying to add all the subtitles to highlights videos, trying to create a little bit of narrative, or just trying to make it a bit more dramatic and make you perhaps emotionally responsive to the videos, does mean that they can sometimes take quite a while. Like some of the highlights videos take me a couple of months to do them, and that's not necessarily months of me working every day on them. It's me working maybe one day a week on it, because that's all I really feel doing. And that's one of the first things that causes my uploads being consistent, is actually just down to inspiration and drive to make the videos. I find that there's always videos that I want to make, but I'm not quite in the right frame of mind to actually do them. Or even if I do start doing them, I lose interest quickly because I'm just not quite in the right mindset to want to make it. So I can't quite upload consistently because of that. And also when it comes to commentaries, I very often have topics that I think I want to talk about, but I never quite have a way to knit it together to actually make it an engaging video. Like quite often I have topics that would maybe work for like a 2 or 3 minute video, but I feel like that kind of video length is only engaging if you're being incredibly concise, perhaps like a YouTuber like Eddie the Chump was. Those videos of that style, which are that length, work really well, but I think with someone like me who likes to sort of perhaps stretch it out and discuss it a bit, it doesn't quite work for that kind of length of video. So I often find that while I have an idea of something I want to talk about, it's quite difficult for me to put it together perhaps with a secondary idea so that the video is actually a bit more engaging and isn't just like, hi, I think this, bye. I don't want it to end up becoming like that. And so that is one of the first things that obviously does hurt the channel, is because I don't have that necessary inspiration consistently. I can't upload consistently because I don't want to just half-arse it and just make videos just for the sake of it. It's very easy to start trying to do that because everyone knows that the more consistent you are, the more successful your channel will be. So it's very easy to start doing that. And I don't want to just make generic videos. Like actually, I watch quite a few channels which I would say are fairly generic. So like people like Matimio, his content itself isn't particularly out there. It's just gameplay highlights most of the time and a few commentaries. But the reason people watch him is because they like his personality and they find him amusing, which is why I watch him. But I don't view myself as the sort of personality which people are going to be instantly attracted to. I'd view myself as perhaps a bit more of an acquired taste, if not a slightly repellent person, because I can be quite self-centered in the way I think. I do things the way I like it because that's the way I get enjoyment from it. I very much focus this on what I want when actually there's other people that enjoy it as well. So I wouldn't see myself as the correct kind of personality to do that. And also, I just find that that's not quite creative. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I did the Gunmaster series for Battlefield 4, which was live commentaries, and I did enjoy editing them, but I found that doing the long gameplay sessions and then editing the footage afterwards, I could do like 2 or 3 of the games, and then afterwards, I just didn't like the rest of the footage, so I got bored with it and didn't record anymore. And I find that I can't keep up those kind of series, so I don't really want it to do generic live commentary gameplay series because they're just not quite got that creativity to it, and quite often it doesn't quite have the sense of feeling that I want my videos to have. So that's why I haven't necessarily gone into something like that. And I haven't gone into stuff like question and answers, mostly because I really don't think I would get enough questions to make them interesting, and also I'm not sure how I'd want to lay it out because there's obviously certain things I would be happy to talk about and certain things I wouldn't. So I've never really gone into that. So I've never really set one of those up because I'm not really interested in doing that right now. And then also the second major point of YouTube is to get videos longer than 10 minutes. And for me, this one's a fairly simple one. It's just that I don't want to make a video longer than it needs to be. I try and keep it as concise as possible so it keeps people engaged for as long as possible, and hopefully they can enjoy the whole video rather than just feeling that it's 90% padding. And that's why most of my videos are between 5 and 12 minutes long. It's just I talk for as long as I think I need to. Obviously I don't need to talk, but I just love the sound of my own voice. Now, where I wanted to open this up to discussion for everyone is, what do you actually want from this channel as one of the viewers? Because I do it because I enjoy making the videos. I like to try and make people feel things, and I just like sharing gameplay clips I've had that are really fun, or just ideas that I think could help make the games better. And sometimes criticizing games where I really think they have made either a grave error or they're ignoring something that is fundamentally wrong with the game. And hopefully with the context I've just been giving you, how I make the videos, why I make them the way I do, will hopefully give an insight into the way I view this channel. And so we can perhaps come to a compromise of what we can do to try and make this channel a bit more successful, whilst also sticking true to this channel's identity and allowing me to still make the videos that I want to, rather than making some slightly generic personality-driven content, because I really don't feel that I'm suitable for a personality-focused channel. Now, the couple of things that I would like to say are absolute no-nos is, I have no intention to go into live streaming or open lobbies, that sort of thing, because, to be honest, I'm human. I have some views that I will express when I'm gaming with a mate that are not broadcastable. People will be outraged by them, so I don't put them in the videos. I cut a lot of footage out because one or the other of us will have said something that is just not broadcastable, but we both find it amusing, and it's all in the context, and the internet very quickly loses the plot when they lose the context. So that's part of the reason I will not go into streaming or something like that. I am happy to game with subscribers every now and then, but the reason I don't do it regularly is I found that it's very difficult to be yourself, because especially on the internet, it's very easy for people to think they know you when you've never met them, and actually there isn't that open dialogue to necessarily know someone. You've spoken to them, you have an idea of what they think of games that they play, but it's not the same as knowing someone. So it does feel a bit awkward, and I feel like I have to be the YouTuber rather than be myself, so it's a little bit awkward, and I find that slightly strange. So I don't do it often, but I am happy to occasionally game with people that watch these videos. And as I've said, I don't want to compromise on the quality of the videos or the style I make, because I enjoy making them. I want the videos I make to be videos that I would want someone else to be making that I could watch. I want to be making something that I would enjoy watching, and I don't want to compromise on that either. But equally well, I'm happy to make some changes, maybe do some other projects in this that I've not thought of before that other people may be interested in, but we'll have to wait and see, and I'm more than happy to hear your suggestions down below. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this. Feel free to keep this discussion going. I'm interested to see what you'll think. And if you're not really too fussed, feel free to leave that down in the comments as well. But anyway, I've been the guy with no gamer tag, and I'll see you on another video.